Douglas Walt's Old Man Comic Book Reviews. We got a few books. I'm in a different position today. Technical difficulties, so we'll go with that. First up, we have Marvel did another square-bound issue. This is Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 31, Legacy 925. There's tons of stuff in here. Like, literally tons. So I'm going to do something different. Oh, here we go. So the main story is written by Zeb Wells. The pencilers are John Romita Jr. and Emilio Lizo with Zé Carlos. The inkers are Scott Hanna and Emilio Lizo with Zé Carlos. So it's the wedding. So first we get the bachelor party. It's the wedding with Robbie Robertson's kid and Tombstone's daughter, who's the new Beetle. So we have two different kind of bachelor and bachelorette parties going on here. Bachelor party because Peter's in charge of its lane. Bachelorette party is not. Then the big day we have where some guy on a motorcycle attacks Tombstone and shoots him with bullets that make Tombstone bleed. I'm not really sure how that works. And so that's the wedding, of course. And then remember the big deal I made about Kamala Khan being dead in Spider-Man a few issues back? She's fine. They did a little ditty with her. Then we get Doc Ock at a bar trying to figure out why he can't figure stuff out. Then there's a short story about Mary Jane losing the kids, and I complained about that a while back. So she's got the grief thing, and now they're making her a superhero, which is a terrible idea. Spider-Woman is on the hunt. She beat the crap out of Taskmaster and started beating up everybody else. And then she had a Hydra guy kill himself. That she's trying to find out who's got her baby. So that'll be interesting for people who read Spider-Woman. There's a thing about Stillwell on here, the guy that made like Scorpion and the Beetle. There's a guy who likes getting rescued by superheroes, so Spider-Man has to have help with that. The best thing in here is from Cale Atkinson called Spider-Man Loosey Goosey. It's literally these 2 pages. Spider-Man finds a goose, names him Stanley. Stanley helps him fight Doc Ock, and then runs off with Spider-Man's emergency cookie. This is probably the best part of this book. It's these 2 pages right here. Just the best. And then Craven was sleeping with the Red Goblin woman, and then they're going to beat up Spider-Man after having the sex ups or whatever. And there was another one in here that doesn't have anything to do with this, so we're not going to talk about that anymore. It was bulky, but the main storyline was huge. It was really good. Our spin-off of Gun Honey, Heat Seeker, issue 2, now with 100% more booty. Our writer is Charles Ardai, penciler is Ace Continuado, inker is Jose Zapata. When last we left our little Heat Seeker, she was her partner in crime was crucified to a building. Her partner in crime sister's crazy and tried to shoot her off of a building. This one has an inordinate amount of boobs in it, which, you know, is never a good thing. Oh, no, it's never a bad thing. Sorry. Stop. Reverse that. And it's just getting weird from there. It's fun. It's a fun little espionage spy book. I like that. Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons, number 2. With written by Frank Thierry, artwork by Inaki Miranda, and it's we're just continuing the story that the pirate's telling the people in charge about the entire Spanish Armada being taken out by Godzilla. He's telling them this story, and they're like, we don't believe in dragons. It's like, that's not how that works. So they find a monster island, and they're going to hang the pirates. It's pirates and Godzilla, and it works really well. So it's a fun book. The artwork's cool. You get really trippy covers, plus pirates and Godzilla. Gargoyle Dark Ages number 2. So not the regular gargoyles, but back in the day when Hudson was in charge, and they made this really small print for me. Greg Weisman is our writer. Drew Moss is the artist. And the gargoyles getting double crossed by humans again. It's kind of a running theme. It's hard to remember how to read it. They do this thing with the panels going this way, gatefold, but then sometimes they don't. So you're trying to read it that way, and then it's not going that way. So That's just a minor complaint, though. It's still a good book. Hudson's in charge, which is kind of cool. We get Goliath when he's much younger, and they're just, having to put up with the humans' nonsense where they're trying to make an agreement with everybody. So that was fine. What do we have here? Number 11 of 12. One more issue left of the Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries. I'm not worried about it. They'll give us more. Let's see where they've hidden the credits. Here we go. Written by Sholly Fish, drawn and colored by Eric Owen. Bad computer virus hacker guy is in control of all the Wayne text devices, so Scooby and the gang agree to help Batman using VR goggles to get into the Matrix to fight the bad guy. It's cute. I mean, the bad guy turns out to be the calculator, and he's really lame, but other than that, he's still pretty cute. It's pretty cute. It's fun. This is the best Batman comic book on the market. Batman Scooby-Doo. The Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries. We got one more to go. We got two more to go. I lied. Miles Morales Spider-Man. When last we left Miles, him and Hobgoblin were beating the crap out of each other. Cody Ziegler's our writer. Federico Vincentini and Federico Sabatini. They both have the same first name, and they're both Federico. What are the chances? Artists. So it's a lot of Hobgoblin and Miles beating the crap out of each other, and the little winged girl Starling, who is Miles' friend, helping out as well. The nice thing about this is it's hard for you to see from there probably. You don't zoom on it. It says Marvel remembers John Romita. John Romita is one of those guys that he's really the reason we have Marvel Comics, and they put a big huge thing here. There's the picture he drew. There's a little in memoriam of one of his best covers he ever did, a bunch of other things. John had a lot to do with, almost as much to do with Spider-Man as Steve Ditko did, so it was nice for them to remember him. And a comic book he never touched. He never did Miles. So. Oh, but Miles was a good issue. Number 5, The Center Cannot Hold, Barbarella. Last of the 5 issue arc. Our writer is Sarah Hoyt. Our artist is Riccardo Bogani. When last we left Barbarella and Giant Bunny Man, whose name escapes me, and Vix the little funny guy, and the angel that's a hologram. I know. But they were trying to find out the plan of the architects, and they were able to foil the plan of the architects and have sort of a bittersweet happy ever after. Barbarella is always a good time to read, and they always do a really good job with it. You get your science fiction, you get your weird, bizarre stuff, you get your Barbarella wearing a costume that looks painted on. Barbarella, like it's supposed to be. Alright. So there's our comic books for the week. Medium-sized stack. A couple of them were just thick comic books. Sophie and Fiona, you came over. Well, you didn't come over. But for a minute. We went and got you. We went swimming. Then we went to see Great Grandpa and Great Grandpa at 1010 for some Chinese food. Their Great Grandpa and their Great Grandma.
You said Grandpa twice.
Great Grandma and Great Grandpa. Grandpa, 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 Grandma, Grandma, Grandma. See, I'm getting, my camera person is throwing me off, and I'm going to be too lazy to cut this out. So, deal with it. So then we went and had 1010, and then we took you home. And I'm sorry your car is still broken, but I'll still deliver hot Cheetos to your house if you call me. I'll be like, that's fine. We can totally take care of that. As for the rest of you, as I tell you every week, you should find some comic books that you like. As I mentioned before, superheroes are not everything in comic books. I mean, not a superhero, not a superhero, not a superhero, not a hero. So like 3 of them, if you count Batman, Scooby-Doo. And so you can rate them online. You can go to your local library. If you're in Kalamazoo, Fanfare has a 50-cent bin. Tell Bill I sent you. Maybe he'll hook you up with the deal. He won't, but then he'll like to hear that somebody sent him to the comic book store. So until next week, I'll see you all then, and go read a comic book.